This time on Hobby James, we're doing our review of the year for 2025. This is part 1, January to April.
Hello, welcome to Hobby Journeys.
I'm a great and clean one, and this is my dad.
Matthew, actually. So Matthew got a Great and Clean One hoodie.
Yeah.
Hoodie.
He's posh.
For Christmas, so he's wearing that now.
Yeah.
This will be the one video I allow it.
It was his idea.
Yeah, I mean, we are in the first week of January now. I have put on my Christmas jumper
Yeah, he's
again.
a bit behind on the
But
day.
then it costs quite a lot of money, and I've only worn it like twice, so I'm getting my money's worth out of it. But here we are. Anyway, so we're doing our review of the year for 2025. We're going to be looking back at the year in Games Workshop stuff, all that sort of stuff.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I'm just talking. I'm hoping that the right words come out in the right order, but it's never a given, frankly.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a review of the year. We're going to be going month for month. I'm envisaging this is going to be in 3 parts. So probably look at the first third of the year, next third of the year, next third of the year.
It's not envisioning it. It is going to be 3 parts.
I mean, we'll do what we normally do, which is we're going to be going through all the releases, have a look, just at the highlights. So it's not going to be everything that got released, because that'd be mental.
Yeah, we'll be here for
we'll be here forever,
hours,
won't we? Yeah, but we're going to go through the highlights from the year and give our thoughts on them. Yeah, and then at the end we'll pick out our highlights of the year. So what we like the best.
Yeah.
So keep a track, Matthew, of what you like.
I can guess what you'll also be and what mine will be.
Oh, I mean, it might be controversial. I mean, to be fair, I've spent all bloody day doing prep for this, so I've spent all day trying to, getting all the things ready, working out what there is. I have my guide. Here we are. I made a list. So we know what we've got. So I'll be spending all day going through. And actually, to be honest, it'll depend what mood I'm taken by, because I've got quite a few. There was a lot that was good this year, Matthew. There was a lot that was good. Yeah, I like a lot of what they released.
Things, wasn't there?
There was, and previous years. So 2 years ago we had the 40k. Release Leviathan, so that was a big one. Last year we had the big AOS release. So
did we have Fulgrim?
The model Fulgrim.
Yeah, didn't we get the Emperor's Children release?
Yeah, we did. Well, yeah, we've had some big releases, but what we didn't get was the new edition of the game. So 2 years ago we got Leviathan. Last year we got Skaven Tide, I think it was for AOS. So we got the Skaven and all that sort of stuff for AOS with the new edition. This year though, because it's a 3-year cycle, that we haven't had one of those the big ticket things. But I think we're moving now to a model where there's going to be four releases. So you've got Horus Heresy in the mix now. So spoilers, but Horus Heresy got the big release this year with the Satellite box.
Oh yeah.
So that was the new edition of Horus Heresy. You've also obviously got the Old World. So that I think maybe that works its way in how you work that in a 3-year cycle. I'm not sure, but we shall find out. Anyway, shall we get into it?
Yeah.
So, starting with January. I might put an effect up, or actually, I think that was probably good enough, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Special effects and all that. Don't have to pay for those special effects packages for editing.
Yeah.
Anyway, January, first up, we had, and this is right up my street, this is one of my favourites of the year.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the first thing we look at might literally be my favourite thing of the year. This was the Pheonix Lords.
I know you guys can't see, but he's got the miniature on there.
I bought, my plan is, for this year, I'm going to be painting these guys, but basically we had new refreshes of the Pheonix Lords for the Aeldari. First of is Asaman. I bought him. I'm not painting him yet.
You bought him about 6 months ago and you hadn't even got round to him.
Well, the reason is that I don't think... What you shouldn't do is jump straight into the character models. So I've painted 10 Guardians, basically. I've just finished them a couple of weeks ago. I painted 10 Guardians. You've got to have your main course before you can have your dessert, Matthew. How often do I tell you this? You can't go having your pudding if you haven't had your main course.
Why not?
Because that's the rules. So I've painted 10 Guardians to give me a bit of a starter, and then the plan is to just paint up just as character models from a display case the various Pheonix Lords. So we've got Asaman, Really like Asman. It's a good model. It's a
He
good
is.
one. I think that he might actually cut it as my favourite of the Pheonix Lords. I know that Games Workshop didn't put him as their favourite one, but I think it's just a really good, solid model. It's very detailed. It looks good. It's not doing anything weird. Whereas the one that, you know,
I don't like that
Lickis,
one. That's my least favourite.
I mean, this literally was in the top 3 models of the year for Games Workshop. They had they reviewed all the models, and Lickis came in as the third place for 40k. So, I mean, admittedly, behind a couple more, we'll be seeing some of these in a second, actually.
Out of the Pheonix Lords, it was my least favourite. I just don't really like it.
I like Lickis. I like this model. I do like it. Asman is actually, you know, Asman is my second favourite. We're coming to who my favourite is shortly.
Oh, yeah. But my favourite too.
Yeah, but yeah, I do like the Lickis model. He is my second favourite out of the no. Third favourite. Maybe fourth. Third. They're all good. They're all good, Matthew. They're all good. Yeah, so Asman, solid model. Looks, I like it. I mean, it's something different. I mean, you're not going to see many models like that leaping out of the warp to pounce onto someone. It is solid. We got new warp spiders to go with Lickis. He is the Pheonix Lord of the warp spider aspect. So yeah, we got them. They're okay. They're good. They're good. Baroth, another good model. I bought Baroth as well. Again, so the Lickis and Baroth are my third or fourth favourites of the Pheonix Lords. Baroth, good model, fine, good re-envisaging. These are all excellent. New Swooping Hawks.
We share a favourite, don't we?
Yeah, we do. New Swooping Hawks, again, good models. I mean, it was a really good set. I mean, I think what my plan is to paint up all the Pheonix Lords, then paint up all the aspect warriors. Just do one squad each. I already have a squad of Howling Banshees ready to go, but that's probably going to have to wait because I've got a load of stuff undercoated on primed, but haven't started any of it.
Yeah.
My favourite though, Fuegan. Fuegan, the Burning Lance. Really good model. I did have the original Fragan back in the lead version back in the 90s. That was a big solid lump of lead.
Old.
Yeah, old. And I really like that model. This is a great re-envisaging. Actually, I think it's a better model than the previous one.
Yes, it will be because
they're all a bit better these days. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the other one wasn't great.
Deadly.
The other one wasn't. The original version wasn't greatly proportioned, if you ask me. This is a really good model. Really like it. Really like Fragan. And new fire dragons. Good. They're fine. I mean, nothing to get. To be fair, my thing with these, I think I went on at length at the time about this. They're just a bit vanilla. There's not a lot to really get excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Pheonix Lord is...
All those Pheonix Lords. So that was my plan, because they're such great models. So I just thought I'll get these. Only just got them. I bought them for my birthday, actually, and that was a good 5 months ago. So, 6 months. 7 months.
6, 7. You did that on purpose.
You've ruined the channel. You've ruined the channel.
Anyway.
And there were some other bits and pieces which were all models. And there we go. So, also in January, we had the Las Vegas Open.
What we should do is we should pick our favourite thing from each month too.
I think that's probably a good idea, Matthew. There you go. So, live for the viewers, us coming up with the agenda that we could have talked through earlier. We had the Las Vegas Open in January, as we do every year, and Games Workshop did a preview of models at it. The funny thing is, this year, they've just announced a New Year reveal stream, but about the same date they would normally do the LVO preview. So maybe, I'm not even sure, is LVO happening? I'm never going to Las Vegas, so I don't keep a track on whether it's actually a thing or not. So it might be the Las Vegas Open isn't even on this year, or Games Workshop aren't going to it. But whatever happens, they're doing a New Year reveal and not the Las Vegas Open reveal. Unless, of course, I've completely misunderstood. Bearing in mind, all I've seen is the brief stub of the announcement they're going to be doing a reveal. Because great, you did a reveal. Well, tell me about it at the time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at the LVO we had quite a few reveals, and some of them were quite good. First up, we had for the Soul Blight Gravelords, we had basically a big box of Death Rattle skeletons. So new models for the Death Rattle skeletons. This hero guy or general, really like these. I mean, my thing with the Soul Blight Gravelords has always been I really like the skeletons themselves, the Death Rattle skeletons, who are the infantry for them. But I'm not that keen on the vampires. I mean, they are fine. I'm not saying they're rubbish or anything, but I'm not that into them. But the skeletons I really like. This is basically allowing you to put a faction out there. It's just the skeletons. So you've got a general. He looks good, doesn't he?
It's like Larry from Clash Royale.
I have no idea what that is.
You're an unk. You're an unk.
I don't even know what that is either.
Oh my god.
Don't know what that means. But then some new skeletons they're just really good. I really like the Death Rattle skeletons.
Really good, aren't
they? I mean, we had the Bone Reapers previously, who I was never that keen on. They were fine, but I always liked the original. In the old world, you had the skeleton faction in Undead. These guys. Really good. What do you reckon, Matthew? Are you
I
liking
think
this
they're really
faction?
good, yeah.
Could you see yourself painting some of these guys?
Probably not because they're Age of Sigmar, but
Well, that doesn't mean you can't paint few art.
If I got Age of Sigmar, I'd probably paint in the Empire or Bretonnia.
That's the old world.
Is it?
That's a whole other game, Matthew.
They're not the same thing.
No, well, we had the End Times, and then they destroyed it and came up with the Age of Sigmar. That's what these are.
Oh, wait. So it's like the End Times, the old world, and then after the End Times, Age of Sigmar happened.
It was in the Mortal Realms, and then you had they had load of time went by, and then you had Age of Sigmar.
Is this like the one with the necromancer person?
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Oh, now you put me on the spot.
Google it.
Yeah, can't remember. Hang on.
Google it.
Yeah, so it was Nagash really quickly. Yeah,
Nagash.
I definitely didn't just cut out a little bit there. Definitely cut out a little bit there.
You spoiled it.
It was Nagash who leads
Nagash
the
necromancer. That is Age of Sigmar?
That is Age of Sigmar. It is indeed. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I really like these Death Rattle scouts. Got some cavalry as well.
Oh, it's the Prince from Clash Royale. And that's the Dark Prince.
Still no idea what you're talking about.
That's the Dark Prince and that's the normal Prince.
But yeah, I really like these. I could see myself getting a bit of an army of these, to be honest. If I was going to do some AOS stuff, this would be it. I realise. To be honest, I like a lot. To be honest, I do like all of the undead stuff. There isn't a lot I don't like. I could see myself getting, a load of the Nighthaunt. I like Nighthaunt, but I just won't get to it. I won't get to it. Anyway, there you go. Oh, and a big dragony fella. That's a vampire.
Oh, it's the baby dragon from Clash Royale.
I'm less excited about that. Anyway, next up, we had Emperor's Children. Yeah. So going back to 2024, Christmas Day, they made an announcement, which was they announced the coming back of a Primarch, which was Fulgrim. This Fulgrim, there's the model there. Shall we have a little look, Matthew?
Yeah.
What do you think of the model of Fulgrim?
He's a bit chopped. He's a bit ugly.
He's a bit ugly, you think?
Not the model, but he's literally a snake.
Well, yeah, but chaos, isn't he? He's meant to be. He's all mutated and that.
Yeah, exactly.
With all the arms and the wings and all the things. I think it's a really good model. I don't think I'll ever paint it. I mean, if I was going to do a Chaos Warriors faction, would it be World Eaters? I don't like the World Eaters. I do like the Emperor's Children. But yeah, so we had Fulgrim was announced. And some other bit species, but we got the announcement of the rest of the Emperor's Children faction, who were then released over the course of the first quarter of
it was like
of
a refresh.
Yeah, it was a full refresh for the Emperor's Children. I mean, yeah, good model. I think he's a champion or something. Yeah, I like that one. Lucius, I think that's Lucius. Yes, solid stuff. I like this fella better.
I like to see the sound makers.
These sound marines.
Sound.
I mean, like I said at the time with the sound marines, I mean these are good models.
You don't like them now. You used to like the old ones. You don't like them now.
No, we see what I don't like. That's good though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that. I like that with the big Sonic thing on the back. See, that is good. Isn't
that an organ? That's more like an organ.
Yeah, it's basically an organ on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't like these ones though.
I don't like them, not because I don't necessarily like them. They're good models. I even like the aesthetic. But what I wanted was a load of what we had back in the day, which was, there was a sound marine with a big guitar blaster.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That's what I wanted. I wanted the full band. I wanted them to sort of do that guy with the guitar, but got someone on drums, someone on bass, a singer, one of the full works. Maybe Fulgrim, give him a microphone.
You're overestimating the Games Workshop.
Well, maybe so. But part of me was a bit disappointed by these because they weren't Noise Marines. That's what they're actually called, not Sound Marines. Noise Marines. They have sonic blasters and that. And I was a little bit disappointed by that, but it's fine. It's all good. So I
bet you wanted to paint them. That's what it wanted.
They did halfway through this year. They put on made to order the Noise Marine with the guitar thing. I didn't buy it. It'll come back up at some point though. These guys are good. They're really creepy, aren't they?
I mean, they are chaos. What do you expect them?
They are pretty terrifying though.
Why is his forehead so long?
Why is his forehead?
What could he possibly be thinking about?
Bit demony, isn't he? Bit demony. I think that this refresh was really solid. It was a really good refresh. What do you reckon, Matthew?
I think it's pretty good. I like the colour scheme, which I imagine it was already there, but
pink and black.
Yeah.
Well, they were always more purple in my time. I mean, and do I prefer them purple?
Well,
maybe
wasn't Fulgrim's armour in like the Horus Heresy purple?
Yeah, well, I think they were purple as well. But this pink is fine.
Maybe when they're in the warp, they're like coloured, like deteriorated, because how purple's usually seen as like a magnificent like.
Well, the Romans used to use it as the Emperor's colour, didn't they?
And the flag. So it's quite like a delicate, because it's really rare colour.
Yeah, because the only dye you could make was by crushing little beetles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why Carthage used it, because they had like a bunch. Right, we're going off track here.
Did you know that the colour of some Skittles is made by crushed beetles? That's how they make the dye that goes into. Yeah.
I've eaten that.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, but they say there's no thingy materials in it. They say it's all natural.
Yeah, beetles are natural.
Are they?
Yeah. Anyway, I think real good, solid refresh. It's good.
But back on track. I think the reason it changes because like I say, purple's quite like a rich colour, rare. I mean, because when Chaos, when they went into the warp, it's deteriorated to show that
it could be just to distinguish them a bit.
They're no longer all posh and noble, and now they're
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I would definitely paint them purple, though. I would definitely paint them purple.
I imagine most people.
So we had that. I mean, they released. I took notes.
I mean, to be fair, you don't have to paint it like that, do you?
So I think most of what we saw came out in February so far. Yeah. So all these reveals at the LVO, we've still got a bit to go. So these all came out up to February basically. So we had also for the old world with High Elves. I mean, these are all old models, but we're getting through them. So at the turn of the year, we had the Empire. So actually, I think the Empire technically came out the first week of January as on the actual release, and you were able to buy them. I haven't included them here because I talked about them a fair bit already. They were released right at the start of the year, which brought us up to only having a handful of factions left still that need to be released for the old world. All old models at this stage still. So these are all the old world models that were in Fantasy Battle. Yeah. Could you see yourself painting? What do you think?
I mean, if I was to do all world though, I think I'd want to do either the Empire or Bretonia.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
I'd
probably
Kislev if you.
To be fair, I'm not that keen on the Empire, but
yeah, I think I'd do Bretonia.
But I do already have a massive War Griffin and a War Wagon, which are two of the key parts of the Empire army. I think I'm already halfway there to having a pretty solid, Empire army. Paint up a bit of infantry, I'm ready to go. But actually, I think I prefer the Bretonians. I like the idea of painting some knights, on the horseback.
Yeah, it's it also meets because the Empire's. It's got tanks and stuff, but doesn't really make sense the old setting. It's medieval, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but they're more sort of Renaissance sort of time setting.
Yeah, the Holy Roman Empire Renaissance. Aren't they?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. So they, so I think that the idea is that they're set at that time period, and I think that works. I think that's absolutely fine. I mean, I quite like the aesthetic. Like I say, I just like the idea of painting the mounted knights, and each one in its own livery, because each knight would be his own.
That's my only problem with Kislev is they don't actually use horses for a lot of units. They use war bears.
Oh really?
They have obviously their.
Hold on now. There's a faction with war bears.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Kislev war bears.
We need to get on with this, Matthew. But I'm into this idea. That sounds brilliant.
They've got a lot of units ride war bears instead.
Very good.
But I quite like the horses. So
that sounds properly good.
That's why I like Bretonnia.
Very good. Yeah, that sounds good. Anyway, there were a couple of new models. I think these were new models that we were seeing. This is what they typically did with the new factions. They basically re-released all the old models, then with a couple of new characters.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw with all those factions like the Empire, Bretonnia, High Elves, Wood Elves. We'll see them a bit later. They did similar with that. That's basically what they did. They're fine.
Is that Bretonnia?
This is still the High Elves. What do you think, Matthew? Do you like the High Elves? Do you like that aesthetic?
They just seem a bit like humans with a bit more, like...
They're just a bit classier.
Yeah.
They're classier humans, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not really any different. They seem like humans that seem a little bit more magic and a bit more fantasy.
I mean, the thing I'm hoping to see is that now we have actually had all of the factions released, who were originally in the old world, who are going to be part of this setting, from what I understand at least. So what I'm hoping for now is we're going to start seeing a range refreshers on some of this stuff. So we'll see new Empire stuff, new Bretonnian stuff, new High Elf stuff. I had a High Elf army back in the day. I mean, I've said before, I won't dwell, but when I used to play in the 90s, the two games I played the most were epic. So, Titan Legions or Space Marine.
The Legions Imperialis.
Basically what is now Legions Imperialis, well, that is a little bit bigger still.
Doesn't matter if you point at stuff when you can't see it.
Or Fantasy Battle. I played a ton of Fantasy Battle. And so I'm quite into this, but I am going to pick and choose. I'm not... Also... I've just spray painted a ton of Marines for my Dark Angels army. There's about 2 years worth of painting. Yeah, I airbrush primed the whole a ton of stuff
and a bunch of my stuff.
And a load of Matthew's got a load of Space Wolves to do. I've got a load of Dark Angels to do. This is going to keep me busy for a long, long time, I think. Okay, so that was reveals from the LVO. Also. And this is because, I've already said that we weren't going to look at the Empire stuff in the first week of 2025, but Matthew's insisted, so we're going to look at the Empire stuff that was released. So like we had before.
Oh, it's a Prince from Clash Royale.
Like I was saying, a couple of characters. So we got this guy on foot, this guy not on foot. This is a great model.
That's Prince on Clash Royale.
This makes me think, Forge World though. Ugh. Dear God.
I think he's only ever painted one Forge World resin thing, and it's a thing that he said he'd rather marry over my mum.
I did a few Krieg in Forge World actually back in the day, but I've done the Wool Wagon because the Wool Wagon. The Wool Wagon. We will come back to the Wool Wagon because it got released this year.
He said he'd marry it over my mum.
That is accurate. Yeah, that is accurate. That's a great model, though. I do like that. The Empire General on a warhorse on that. But yeah, this was the Empire stuff. What do you think of the Empire State Troops, Matthew? Do you like?
Yeah. What's that type of banner, though? Is that their flag or something?
Should we have a closer look? We're getting a look on the Warhammer website.
Trying to make us buy it.
There you go. That's the banner guy.
Yeah.
Just on the banner.
Is it is it the Empire's flag or is it like their company banner?
So it would be the city flag. So each Empire army.
Oh yeah, like vassal.
Yeah, so each city will put out its own army and its own colour scheme, and then so basically the flag will be the flag of that. One of the things I do like about Warhammer Fantasy Battle, or the Old Worlds that it is now, is the fact that each regiment will just have a big banner at the front. I love that. Sometimes a guy with a drum, like this guy here.
Yeah, to keep them all in march.
Keep him in march. There he is. Look at him there with his drum.
He's enjoying himself, isn't he?
Yeah, you actually. I don't know what the rules are these days. I'm not up to date with this. But back in the 90s, you got bonuses for putting a drummer in your squad.
Actually.
Yeah, I think he gave you a morale bonus or something. You had to pay an extra amount for the unit, but he gave you like a morale bonus or something like that.
So you used to pay to win back when you played.
No, it's point cost. So you'd have
you'd
have like
I thought you meant actual money.
Well, you'd be buying the model,
yeah,
obviously. No, you pay like it's like you'd have 2,000 points to divvy out.
Yeah, I know how points work.
And it might be like an extra 10 points for a drummer or something like that. I don't know.
That seems worth it.
Yeah, well, I don't know, that might not be accurate. I'm thinking about 30 odd years. But yeah, anyway, there you go. So
point inflation.
I quite like these guys. Also, missile troops. So you got some muskets and some crossbows.
That's very strange. If you can
like that.
if you can have muskets, why would you also have crossbows?
I'll tell you what, look at these. I am thinking, I could do Empire, couldn't I?
I want to do Empire. If I ever got round to finishing a decent amount of Space Wolves and do a decent amount of my Krieg, I think that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and some archers. Oh, I could just do Empire, could I? I've got the War Wagon. I've got my War Griffin. I've got the things. Anyway, yeah, great swords.
Like an army worth of Space Wolves, an army worth of Krieg. This is probably what I'll do: Empire or Britannia.
Yeah,
one of them.
Yeah. Oh, so there we go. So that was basically January. So that's what we had in January. On to February.
What was the point in that?
Special effects. So February we got a new box for the Gloomspite Gits. We're going to see some more individual releases for them, so I'm not going to dwell too much on these at this stage. But it was basically war chariots and but right on doggos, doggo war chariots and cavalry.
It's like when Jellybean stands on top of you.
Yeah, exactly.
When she's like perched up.
But that came out, and then we did get a more substantial release for them later in the year. So we'll talk more about what your thoughts are about
that Age of Sigmar.
It's Age of Sigmar again. Yeah, it is. They were originally part of the Night Goblins. Basically,
are they the ones that have the goblin with a sleepy hat on top? Is that their flag?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. So when they made Age of Sigmar, they split off a few factions from the Fantasy Battle. I was going to say the old world, but that's the new one. So, and one of those was you had the Night Goblins, but the Night Goblins incorporates a few different factions. So you had the Night Goblins. They also included trolls and stuff like that. But squig bouncers was one thing. Lots of squigs. Basically, the key thing about the Night Goblins was lots of squigs, and they rode on wolves. And so they basically split those off into their own faction called the Gloomspite Gits. And that's what we'll look at here. Anyway, we're not going to dwell too much because we'll look at that a bit further when we get into the year, because there was a big old release for them. Also, we had some really crazy stuff for Necromunda. I mean, I need to look at this.
We had a lot of Necromunda this year, didn't we?
We did, and the thing I love about Necromunda is that they use it as that opportunity to just knock out some creative. Yeah. They have an idea and they just knock out crazy stuff, like this one, which is, I think it's an old lady in some sort of chair thing. Are they alive? I'm not even sure they're alive.
Maybe it's like the Emperor, they're sitting there that's like her golden throne.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know what they are bringing to the table in terms of a war game, but it's good. And they got their two attendants.
Well, what if it's like a psyker that their psychic's so strong that they can't move?
Oh, I mean, you might well be right there. You might be right. I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. I didn't do my research on this particular model.
It's
a Ministorum delegation. I imagine they probably are alive, but that's probably it. They're from the Ministorum, the Adeptus Ministorum. They've come to do some,
the Hive City that's on
administration.
What's the name of the Hive City?
I don't know. Is it just? Is that just?
I don't know. Necromunda's the planet.
You are right.
Remember, the hives are called Hive something.
I can't remember. We'll look it up at a later date. Yeah, these was fine. Just a geisha girl and some sort of assassin thing. Yeah, it's good.
Just get assassinated.
We
saw this. I remember.
I like this one.
He loved this.
I love this. Just this huge guy with a big axe, just a body over his shoulder. Just dead body over his shoulder.
It just goes along with it.
I mean, it might just be a sack. It's clearly not a sack. That's a dead body in it.
You can definitely see the head.
Yeah, exactly. No, I like that. Also,
your favourite things, service goals.
Yeah, well, that's won the award, hasn't it? You know what we didn't do? Your suggestion, your favourite miniature off of January.
I can remember what we did. I'd say it's probably...
I'll go Fragan.
Yeah, me too.
Fragan, good model. The Pheonix Lords were magnificent though. Love those. But yeah, got skull in a tank thing. And
it's a mini church. Look, it's a mini church.
He's got a guy on his back. What's that? Why's he got a guy on his back?
Yeah.
What is that all about? I don't.
He's got a second twin.
Yeah,
it's a mini church. A guy with a twin on his back and 2 servo skulls. A guy that's murdered someone and some lady that's sneaky.
Yeah, exactly that. You have these guys. I like these as well. These are your abyssal ferrymen. They're taking you across the sea of toxic sludge and all that sort of stuff. And most important, we've got this.
What is that?
We've got this. Well, it's a big biomechanical worm thing that might have just snacked on a person.
Might like that.
Loving that. Just loving that. That is amazing. Top stuff. Anyway, so we had that. That was some of the stuff that was going on in February. We also had Krieg. So we had a release of Krieg.
Oh, I painted him.
You have? We had, so Krieg has been for years and years a Forge World faction of the Imperial Guard. Just Forge World only resin, very expensive, But this year we got plastic. We had a kill team come out the year before.
The one you painted.
I did paint that, and in plastic, and then they did a full-on release for them. Lord Marshal Dreer, Matthew, you bought him and painted him. Yeah, he's up in the display case up there. Good model, isn't it? Good model. That is top. I mean, I really like the Krieg. Why am I talking about the Krieg? This is your faction. Tell me all about the Krieg.
They're very Kriegy.
Yeah. You got this.
No, but being realistic though, I think they're really good because of their difference compared to the other Imperial Guard factions. Because obviously, you got your Cadians, you got your Katachan. They're still normal humans. As like the Katachan, obviously they're a bit different.
Well, they're sort of themed on it. So your Cadians are basically modern infantry troops.
But these got
your Katachan are basically 1970s Vietnam.
But they're all very similar, aren't they? The Krieg is very different. It does something a lot different.
They've done their own thing with it, haven't they? And I think it's great. I mean, if I was going to do any Imperial Guard, well, maybe Katachans. I like Katachans, but
he's obsessed with the Katachans.
I love the Katachans. They're brilliant. But yeah, the Krieg.
What is happening with that scroll?
Oh, well, I don't know. You've got this set, Matthew, so you'll be painted at some point. Yeah, we built 2 of these. We haven't built the rest yet, but we built the Commissar and
did we build
this fella. We built this fella and the Commissar. Yeah, we built these 2. Yeah, we did. We built 2, which is the Commissar and this fella. Yeah, this.
Oh yeah.
There you are.
Oh, yeah.
You can see him. Yeah. So you picked this up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Death Riders. You got the Death Riders as well, didn't you? You did. These are the ones you got basically.
These are the Zat ones I got.
Good. They're good. I think I said at the time, my feeling on these Krieg is they're good. They just miss something of the ethos of the Krieg from the Forge World stuff, in that they all look very dynamic. These guys are charging into battle, whereas the models from Forge World were much more like World War One, world weary soldiers.
Yeah, these ones like, oh yeah, let's go into battle. These but like the old ones, they
look very stood at attention. They looked a lot like when you look at photographs from World War One of the soldiers. Just those guys, basically.
1,000-yard stare.
1,000-yard stare, all that sort of thing. Yeah, and these didn't quite. These did something slightly different with it. It's fine.
But to be fair, that's not really like charging into battle. That is just a pose you would do when you're on a horse, isn't it?
Well, but only if you were charging into battle at that particular moment.
Yeah, but obviously,
they're not trotting, are they?
They're just. Yeah, but what do you want them to do? They've been sent.
I'd just have them stood at. It's like there were Death Riders in the Forge World set, which was just a guy just sat there on his horse with his spit, just like he's just waiting for something to happen. Yeah, this is like
he's just like. These guys have been sent over the top and they're going to do their job.
Well, yeah, that's basically what they are. But I don't like the essence of Kriegers. Charge, get in there. It's more like stoic. I'm just going to
They
die.
imagine they don't want to be there, but they're sent over the top.
My idea is that once you go over the top, you last about 5 seconds before the machine gun cuts you down. That's what I think of World War One of, and so I don't think of them charging. I think it's them, that just sort of loitering around, just waiting to die. Really,
100,000 losses for one singular yard.
Yeah, exactly that. So with Krieg engine again charging in, looking very dynamic.
Is that the one you've
shooty and stuff? No, we haven't got these guys. These we didn't. I think you almost bought these and then didn't.
Oh yeah, I swapped it out for the command squad. Remember?
And then this was the set I got, which is the kill team, but they reboxed it just as normal Krieg basically. And it's a good set. It is a good set. I think there was a sprue in it of like special weapons that you could use for kill team, but you didn't get that in this box when they reboxed it. But it's fine. It's a good box.
We didn't get this, did we?
No, I do like these heavy weapons. I prefer the artillery, which we'll come to in a second. But
I did get the artillery, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You only got the Death Riders. You got the command squad.
I swapped it out for Dryad, didn't I?
You could not make your mind up. You walked in there, you saw the Death Korp of Krieg box, and you went, "I'm definitely having that. I am not changing. I'm going to be really bored now while you're shopping because I've made my mind up." And then you switched about 10 times to 10 different things.
I saw like those extra stuff that wasn't in the box. I was like, "Oh, I want this now."
Yeah,
so I put the box back so I could individually pick something, and then I see more stuff like, "Oh, I want that." Yeah, more stuff. I'm turning to you.
Yeah, exactly that. Anyway, so we've got the artillery result. These are great ones.
I like the second option.
I do. I actually prefer that first one, but that was fine as well.
Actually, no, I don't like the Rocketeer one.
I think this top one's the best build of it.
No,
but I did quite think I could just buy this one as a one-off model. I would do myself for my display case as a little diorama sort of thing.
What, to show off against me? To show off that you've got an idea?
Well, you could have bought it. You had the choice. You didn't. You chose not to go with it, so that was it. And then obviously the obligatory combat patrol and all that sort of thing. This wasn't Krieg though. This was just normal Imperial Guards. Yeah.
Actually, it's not normal Imperial Guards. Acadia.
Yeah, Acadia. Well, it's not because you've got the Attilian Rough Riders in there as well. I think these guys are. I can't remember what you call those guys.
Acadia, though,
no, so the ones at the front Acadians. These are. I can't remember what you call them. Cascarins or something. So we're like sort of veterans. Sort of thing. But we did get a Krieg box later in the year though, so we did get that later. Anyway, we also had Combat Patrol magazine went to the US. I thought we should talk about it since this channel started off basically working with the Hatchet Park Works magazine, Imperium magazine.
So we owe a lot to them, don't we?
We did lots of editions where we worked through a good 30 issues doing all the painting, all of the battles.
And then we got behind, didn't we?
Well, we were by the time we got to that stage, we were about 6 months behind them.
We shouldn't have really done all the battles that were like in the
I think we should have picked and chosen because it was just a lot of work to do.
Well, no, I think we should have saved the battle until we've got everything.
Yeah.
And then had one big battle instead of a bunch of tiny little ones that took 10 minutes.
But we had this Combat Patrol magazine count. Rather than what they'd done before was have 2 factions and give you a big army. As with, I can't remember what the first one was, the first version of it was called, I can't remember.
Imperium magazine.
No, Imperium magazine was the second iteration. They had a first one, which was a whole different thing. And then we had Imperium magazine, where they did do a full faction of Necrons, but on the other side you had a lot of Space Marines, but you also had some Sisters of Battle and some Adeptus Mechanicus. So you got this, which basically this time they went for a whole different ethos, which was 8 different combat patrols. So you got a Space Marine combat patrol, a Tyranid combat patrol, an Aeldari combat patrol, an Orc one, etc. So you got like different combat patrol for different factions, and so basically every 20 issues you get 2 combat patrols. So 10 issues would make up a combat patrol essentially, which pretty good. Pretty good. It was, I bought this up until about issue 40, which is halfway through. I decided that I wasn't that bothered about having any more League of Votan or whatever.
You've got so much League of Votan and you don't paint it. It's madness.
Well, I just sold it all. I've had
Just get rid is it?
Yeah, I've had Rids.
Is that where you sold them and went down to?
Something we should say we did this year is that we sold a load of models. We're going to do a sort of a review of last year for our own stuff, but we'll do that. So that'll come out in a week or so's time after. Well, these reviews of the miniatures will come out first, but we are going to go through all of the what we did in the year and what we're going to do next year. And one of the things that we did was I went to a shop that buys old miniatures and sold all those things.
Why don't we save this for the video that's about that?
Anyway, but yeah, I sold all that stuff. But no, there was some quite cool stuff in there. But I wasn't. I kept the Space Marines because I'll do it for my Dark Angels. But anyway, released for the US in January. I think we should probably talk about what the magazine is. Apart from you get those Combinatrons, you get the miniatures. So as experienced Warhammerers, you get some cheaper miniatures. You're getting a bit of a bargain in terms of the miniatures. But you're also getting, it's really good for beginners, I think, because you can, it does teach you to play the game. The magazines build up tell you all about the lore. It builds up into a collection. Build up these folders full of, all of the, that's an Imperium one. Oh, I would have thought. Also got a combat troll. These just happened to be sat next to me by chance. So basically, each issue divide. You tear the pages out. They're designed for that. I'm not just doing that. Yeah. And you put them into the folders in order. So you've got a whole section on lore. You've got a whole section on etc. All the things. It's really good. I think it is really good as a thing to do to sort of teach you how to play the game, especially with a youngster like Matthew. When you start doing it when you're about 9.
No,
maybe 8 or 9. Probably 8.
We started like 2021, didn't we?
Yeah, so you've been 8. You've been 8. Yeah. So you were around 8 when we started. It was really good for teaching you how to do the painting to begin with. Following the paint guides. You're a bit more advanced than that.
I tried one of our first miniatures we did from Imperium magazine.
Oh, we'll get that. We'll talk about it more. So next time one of these gets released, we'll probably pick up on it. We'll probably do it, and we'll follow a bit more. Anyway, there was that. That was good. We had some Mechanicum heavy support, so for the Horus Heresy.
I remember when we looked at this.
So these were revealed during February. These were just some basically big heavy tanks for the Mechanicum. What do you think to the ethos of these tanks, Matthew?
I'm not really a big fan personally. I don't really like the look of them.
No.
They look a bit goofy to me.
Oh, I do like this one. I think that at least they're doing something a bit different with it. I think that one of the things they were doing was following the spirit of the models who'd been released for the Mechanicum in Forge World. So there were some Horus Heresy Forge World tanks previously. They had this sort of design on the front. I like at least they're doing something different. I mean, I'm not going to buy any myself. I don't really do tanks anyway. I do keep planning to do some tanks, but then I never quite get to it. Maybe one day. But I'm not that much of a fan of these. But at least they're doing something different with them. It's something a bit different. I quite like, actually, the big robot. The big robot is good.
Yeah, big robot's always going to be good though, isn't it?
Well, that's what I like. So if I was going for Mechanicum, I'd be going for big robots. To be honest, I like the Adeptus Mechanicus in 40k more because there's some good stuff in the Horus Heresy range for the Mechanicum. I actually really like the big walker things you get for the for them, and they've got cavalry, but they're like Cerberus, they're basically robot dogs cavalry or something.
What's he on about?
It is a thing, I promise you. But I sort of prefer some of that stuff in 40k anyway. So we had that still on February. We also had Forge World resin for the Horus Heresy.
Wait, I thought he hadn't turned bad yet in the Horus Heresy. He hadn't turned to a demon.
He was pretty bad to begin with, to be honest.
No, I know, but I didn't think they turned into a demon until they went into the war.
So we've had 2 models for Angron for the Horus Heresy.
Oh.
So I think I think the idea is they ascended during the course of the Horus Heresy. So they became like the demons at some point over the course of the Horus Heresy. So they released the full range of Primarchs in Forge World resin originally, and they were all a bit they were all just like them as still fairly loyalist. I'm not sure Angron was ever particularly loyalist.
Well, no, because didn't Didn't they do Exterminatus on his home planet, and didn't he get really mad about it?
It was a bit more complicated. I think he was basically a gladiator.
Yeah, I know that.
And it fitted with these rage nail things in his head.
Yeah,
that
I was talking about one time, which I got confused about. Remember?
Yeah, you were. But yeah, he was always pretty angry. To be fair, I think that when they originally brought him back, they sent in a load of world eaters to try and talk to him, and he just killed a lot.
Why is he Is he actually the Emperor's son or not?
Yeah, well, they are the Emperor's sons. Whether they are actually his actual sons, well, they were cloned, basically.
Well, yeah, they were his genes, weren't they?
Well, I don't think they were straight up his genes, though. He built he built their genetic code from all sorts of different things.
Yeah, but he also, literally, Luton said that he also used his own genetic code, too.
Yeah, he put his own genetic code in there, but also other stuff as well. So
yeah,
I think that you could call them his sons, but, whether I think it gets into an argument about what that actually means. So here we are. But anyway, so we got this model. I think it's a good model.
So is this towards the end of the Horus Heresy, if he descended?
This would be towards the end of it. Yeah, this would be Siege of Terror sort of time scale. But yeah, what do you reckon of this model?
I think it's actually pretty good. It looks
quite angry, isn't he?
Yeah. He looks a lot smaller though than he does in 40k. I mean, that might just because he spent all that time in the war.
I mean, frankly, I think he needs to chill out a bit myself.
He's a bit angry.
He's quite angry, isn't he? He's just chill.
I mean, it is in his name.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at the point where they named him Angron, what did they think was going to happen?
Yeah.
I mean, what did they think that was going to happen?
You call your child Angron and you don't expect him to be angry.
Yeah, exactly that. Anyway, we had that model.
Were there nails in his head? Were they causing him pain or were they causing...
Yeah, that's the idea. The nails cause you pain, so it makes you angry and that. Yeah, something like that anyway.
So he's just in constant pain.
I have read the lore at some stage. But yeah, it's a good model. Anyway.
Why don't you just rip him out his head?
I think he quite likes it. I think he's into it. Yeah, I don't know what that says about him.
That's a really weird fetish.
I mean, yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it helps him. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, it makes him angry, it makes him fight you. Something like that. Anyway, there we go. That was February. On to...
Right. Can we not just pay for a sound effect? It
No.
could not be that much.
No, I like it. So in March, first up, we had, like I was saying, there were some more releases for the Gloomspite kits. So this is, we dwelled on these a bit, so I won't go into as much detail as I might have done. But we had some individual releases and kits for the Gloomspite kits, along with their army book. So the Battle Tomb. We had this fella.
Oh, what is happening there?
This is your general. Basically riding a big wolf. I like that. He's a good model, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of him, Matthew?
Looks a bit fat.
Looks a bit fat.
He's got a double chin.
Yeah, but he gets to eat what he wants, doesn't he? He's the boss. He's the boss of these Gloomspite gits. I think it's a good model. I mean, I can't see himself painting these guys, but they're not squiggy enough. I mean, I could see myself doing Gloomspite kits, but if I was, it'd be squigs all the way.
They need to just release a whole army of squigs.
And that's basically what they were when they first came out, actually. These wolf guys were a bit of a more recent one. I do like them. I'm never going to do them myself, but if they'd been in Fantasy Battle, I could have seen it. But, or the Old World, sorry, not Fantasy Battle. Yeah, so we had a general, we had some cavalry. I think these were old models.
That was what you were talking about, wasn't it?
These guys are old models, I think. But yeah, basically. So, yeah. But, cavalry on wolves. I do like the chariot. Swinging a big ball and chain.
That's definitely going to end horrible for him when he hits nobody with it and it swings back at him right in his face.
Yeah. I mean, I still think this might be an old model, just looking at the wolf faces. The wolf faces aren't great, which basically that's an old model, but it is a good model. It could pass for something a bit more recent. I like that. It's a good model, even if it is old, I'd be into that. Plastic kit as well, go like that. I think these are the most
Squigs!
These
it's
only a picture. You said that we said this at the time. I think these are your actual model models. These are good.
I'm disappointed, Dad.
I like a wolf-driven chariot. That is good. Yeah.
I'm not happy.
These are your new infantry. These are the ones who've come out recently. 2 of them on the back of a wolf, like that.
I don't know if that's very effective, but...
So what do you think of these guys then, Matthew? What do you reckon?
There's not squigs, so 0 out of 0. 0 out of 10. So
well,
there's no squigs.
Yeah, it's fair.
I need squigs. Like,
I love this.
Genuinely though, you got to at least have one squig.
So,
this is embarrassing.
So back in Fantasy Battle days, the Night Goblins that had Doom Divers, which basically a catapult that fired a goblin with some wings strapped to his arms.
Oh, it's like the Eva Mortar from Clash Royale.
Okay, I've no idea what any of this stuff means, but but yeah, he's just been fired over the top, isn't he? I love that. I don't think he survives.
Even Mortar.
Spoilers. He's got like a spiky thing on his nose. I think.
I mean,
I think that's going to do the damage.
If they believe hard enough, it can.
That's true. That's the orky ethos, isn't it? But yeah, I quite like these Gloomspite Vikings. I mean, I'm not going to do them myself, but I'm glad they exist.
Oh, we didn't do the favourite thing for February.
We didn't. Again, we didn't do. What's your favourite for February?
Oh no, I forgot what's it. Wait, let me cook now.
Would it be the Krieg?
Maybe.
I think it might be the Krieg. I think it was the Krieg. I would say the one you painted. So
yeah, the Dryer.
Grand Marshal Dryer.
How do I remember you? Don't you got one job?
I remember Krieg. You couldn't remember Krieg.
Yeah, but at least I remember the name of the guy.
Oh, I'm in my 40s. I can't do names. Anyway, yeah. So they were pretty decent. We also had a new Kill Team box. So we got a good number of Kill Team boxes over the course of the year. Basically, they'd include 2 factions, maybe some terrain, maybe not. This particular one is called Blood and Zeal. So this includes, you've got some, basically these Imperial missionaries rocking a chainsaw. That's a fairly classic look. Yeah, I remember there was 2nd edition stuff along those sort of lines. I like these are suitably crazy. It's in that sort of Necromunda sort of spirit of, just something a bit. You wouldn't want a full army of it, but just that many's quite. I could do that. Yeah. What do you think to these guys, Matthew?
I like the chainsaw lady. Other than that, I'm a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
chainsaw lady's good though.
I'm not sure it's a lady or not. To be honest,
it
might be a lady. I can't tell either. But I really like these. Like I say, again, I'm not going to paint these guys. I'm not that much into. But I'm really glad. These are one of the most 40k things you could imagine.
I mean, yeah.
Just
they wouldn't be in anything else.
Just a monk with a chainsaw. Can't argue with that.
I mean. What else would it be from? It can't be from 30k, can it?
Literally, they're they've come to purge the heritage. They've just got flamers stuff. Yeah, it's good. The other faction in the box were these fellas who are corn worshipping cultists who love corn so much they've chopped their legs off. Yeah, you did this at the time. I still don't know what it means, Matthew. They've chopped their own legs off and replaced them with bionic legs.
Why? What does that have to do with corn?
Reasons. They're trying to resemble Bloodletters of Khorne, who were one of the demons who have quite long legs. So
that's why I was making the face. Like,
yeah,
what?
They've chopped their legs off and replaced them with sort of bloodlettery looking bionic legs.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I know. Again, a crazy faction. I quite like them. I'm not going to do them. I like the fact they exist. And like I say, in the box you're getting all the things to play the game, a bit of a rule book, some cards. Got a rattling kill team.
That just doesn't make sense.
I like. Do you know what rattlings are?
Small people.
That's
a slur, though.
Probably. They're probably not keen on being called rattlings, I imagine. So basically, these are the equivalent of halflings. Oh, there's a doggo. We like a doggo. Oh, we like that.
Can we just have an army of them, please?
Yes, absolutely. At some point, I think we need to do a video that's going to review the best dogs in Warhammer. I think we should do that.
Oh, yeah, we should.
There is plenty of them.
How did we go from corn worshippers that cut their legs off to dogs? In about 5 minutes? So
back in the day, where the rattlings came from is that they basically they are basically the halflings off of like Lord of the Rings and that. But so you had, are they called halflings? I can't remember what they called in Fantasy Battle. No, they're dwarves. These guys were in Fantasy Battle as a faction. I think they're called halflings. I could have it wrong though. But basically, when they made Warhammer 40k in around 1st edition, 2nd edition time, was literally Warhammer in the year 40,000. So you had space elves, space dwarves, who eventually became the Squats and the Eldar, and then the Aeldari and the Votan eventually. But yeah, so they basically, you had the halflings who then became the ratlings, who were never much of a thing. They're basically snipers. They all have sniper rifles. They don't, they ain't gonna be winning much in close combat.
I mean, they can hide well, can't they? Hide in the bushes.
Yeah, I think they'd have to run away pretty much. But yeah, they're
they got traps. Is that what that is?
They have they have traps. They have sniper rifles. Yeah, they're good. They're good. I like them. Yeah. So we also have the ratlings. Next up in March, we're in March, aren't we?
The Great Gun.
We had announced, so that previous box was released. We also had a box announced, which is Kill Team Typhon. This was themed around Deathwatch and Tyranids. So we had this new faction Tyranids. These were all sort of ambush predators.
So it's like a lictor in here.
Yeah, they're basically that sort of thing. They're leaping out to attack you from the darkness.
Is there a lictor?
No. No, well, it's not specifically a lictor. They're sort of a bit lictory. But not like specifically
the base
lictors.
Of the lictors.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So you had that. I quite like these. Yeah, and I do quite like these. They're fine. I'll tell a lie. Not Deathwatch. I'm confused. Oh. That was a later box. This is the Adeptus Mechanicus. Basically, you've got these two tech priests. I really like this one with the thing on his back just floating around. But we also had a load of servitors. I'm not keen on the servitors. I love the tech priests, though. I like a tech priest. This one is just like a fairly basic tech priest. Actually, quite like some of the models we've already had in the past. This guy is something different. I really like it. The Servitor Underseer. Unfortunately, I'm not that keen on the servitors, but I do like the Servitor Underseer, so you can't have one without the other, really. So, it is what it is. But, fine. Like I say, another box. This came out. I will have written it down. So, this came out in June. Came out in June, Matthew.
Wait, so...
And now it's in March. You had to wait 3 months to get your hands on it, though.
Oh.
You got a bit of terrain as well with this one, which is,
if it's secretive, of course there's going to be terrain so they can hide behind.
Hide behind stuff. Well, I mean, that's sort of one of the things I would want with Kill Team. A bit of terrain to make a good battlefield so you can have a bit of cover to be hiding behind and stuff like that. It's not just a slugging it out shoot fest like 40k might be. Yeah. We also had... I
mean, it's not what 40k might be. That is what 40k is.
It is, literally the case. So, we also had, for the old world, we had the first new faction.
Oh, Grand Cathay.
It is Grand Cathay, so it's Cathay. So this new faction was released. So this is based on Cathay, who were never a faction until what's the computer game called? Total War, yeah. So Total War Warhammer included in Total War 3, Cathay is a faction. Now Cathay hadn't been a faction at all in miniature form until the computer game. There would actually, that's not entirely true. There were about 3 or 4, like a handful of miniatures it made in the early 90s. Not a full army or anything like that. Just a few miniatures you could pick up.
Also, they were only made for Total War because they needed somebody to be like the tutorial.
Well,
that's why they were made.
Well, no, I think they introduced them because they'd already run out of factions they'd released and people had paid for, so they had to do something new. So yeah, that's why you had the Norse, who hadn't previously been their own faction. Norska. Kislev hadn't really been their own faction previously. Yes, they had to do something, so that's what they did basically. But then, so Cathay was themed around ancient, or not ancient, but sort of medieval China, essentially.
I know.
I'm telling the viewers.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
I'm using you as my conduit to the viewers, but so I'm explaining what they are. So I really like these. I think if this is what we're going to see of the old world when they start refreshing factions and stuff like that, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do.
You got a drum.
I mean, I did contemplate. I do really like this Cathay army, actually. I really like it. But what I didn't want to do is pull the trigger too early. Go in with Cathay, then when Bretonians get a range refresh, which I'm hoping we'll see in 2026. Maybe we'll do a video about our hopes for the year. Not 6-7. Yeah. So, but I'm really excited for what we're going to be seeing. Like, I'm loving, with the drummer and the band. Oh, it looks really good, doesn't it? Does look really good. I am very excited for what we're going to see.
They also have like muskets, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well they do. So we've got the Jade Warriors who are normal box or down infantry. Some Jade Lancers, that's your cavalry. I love the cannons.
They like to abuse the word jade.
They do. Well, that's that there was something. That's the colour scheme. I'm not sure. I haven't read the law. I've not read the law, to be honest. I like the cannon. I like everything they've done with this. I think it looks really good.
Dad, does like the leader of Bretonia and the Empire have their own model?
Yes, but it's probably quite an old one at this stage. Again, looking forward to a range refresher for Bretonia. Good on the dragon, but they've done their own thing with the dragon, which is good. So not just done the same sort of dragon we see in the rest of the factions. You've got something a bit different. Love this, the Sky Lantern. I love this.
He was on about this for ages.
This was like, this came in really low. So in the Minister of the Year awards, I would put this pretty high. In the miscellaneous section, it came about 5th or something out of like the Horus Heresy stuff, and came really low. I was really surprised by that because I think this is great. I think it's a really inventive model.
It was an Adepticon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. What I should have said is these were reveals from Adepticon. So we had the Adepticon.
How did I remember you?
Because you saw the thing at the bottom of the picture.
No.
Yeah. So good model. It's a very good model. Yeah.
Well, if we want to be specific, how come I've got better eyesight than you? You've got glasses.
Oh, well, this is true.
You're wearing your glasses, I'm not wearing mine.
I really like this. I love the characters in it. I think it's a great model as well. One of my highlights of the year was the Sky Lantern. At some point, I could do Cathay, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hold on and see what else they do.
He's big.
Yeah,
I like him.
Cathay and Sentinel. What do you think of the Cathay faction?
I actually really like Cathay. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, do you see yourself doing them?
Probably not, because like I said, if I do Old World, I want to do the Empire or Bretonia.
Yeah.
But if I really wanted to, I think if I didn't do either one of them two or Kislev, I'd probably do Cathay.
Yeah. So anyway,
because they're a bit magic-y,
they are a bit.
War, their leader can literally turn into a dragon.
Oh, can he really? Oh, very good. Well, there you go. Anyway, so that was Cathay. So again, Cathay came out June. So they were June as well. They finally came out. We got this at the moment. We got this box, and then we got some individual kits as well. We also had. Brace yourself, Matthew. Brace yourself. Space Wolves. So this initially in March at Stepticon, we had announced just this box. So this basically is your infantry. There were no named characters in this. Spoilers, might be seeing some. Since we've been painting one last week or so, it's you know this. Not the viewers though.
You painted your free thing, didn't you?
I painted same as you. I'm painting.
No, you painted. You had two, didn't you? I had.
We'll talk about this when we get to them.
Yeah.
So this box is basically your infantry. So we've got some new models for Blood Claws. I really like the fact that they've done their own individual thing with each of the different types of individual troops. So we've always had for Space Wolves specific. So we had your Blood Claws were like your assault troops, but they were like the younger guys in the faction, so a bit more. When they're
like the scouts.
Yeah, sort of. But so in the Space Wolves, the scouts, as I got told by someone in the comments when we talked about the scouts that we saw later in the year, the scouts are more veterans. But the Blood Claws are your first inductees. These are just like your assault marines, though. So these are basically assault intercessors, essentially.
Go right once. Just once.
Yeah.
Beaky helmet!
A beaky helmet. Well, the thing I think that they did with this is there's a mix of your sort of Primaris armour, such as this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Along with the sort of old school sort of designed armour like this.
You can definitely tell the difference.
Yeah, I really like that. I just think they're really good. They've done something a bit different with them. We also have the Grey Hunters. So these are the equivalent of these were always your tactical marines back in the days. These are more sort of your slightly shootier guys. They actually only have a carbine. So these aren't a bolt gun. These are a carbine. So a little bit less.
I use that in Space Marine too.
Oh, very good. A little bit less shooty, but still pretty good. So yeah, your Grey Hunters are your line infantry basically. I was expecting to see Longfangs at some point this year. So your Longfangs will basically come to the Devastator squad, which is your heavy weapon Marines.
Yeah. The one that everyone hates.
No. So you're thinking of whatever those are called with the ludicrously gun. Devastators were in with the firstborn Marines. They could have heavy bolters or las cannons, all sorts of things. But they were your big heavy weapons ones.
The next one.
Yeah.
Below.
Oh, below. Yeah, we also had head takers. These are something new.
I have
these. Are Italian. Yeah, Matthew has these. We've built them, haven't we?
Yeah, okay.
They're built, primed, and ready to go. We'll probably paint these next, I expect. Yeah. I really like these, and having built the models, I really enjoyed doing them. They were really good models, actually. So these are in Gravis armor. So these are your big chunky guys. Axes and shields. Love an axe and shield combo.
Yeah.
That's
what we all did, didn't we? We only did that.
Yeah. So what do you like about these so much, Matthew? What do you like?
I just like them in general. I like everything about them. They got the axe and shield combo. They got the wolf pelts, which I really like.
Yeah, it looks cool. They have the literal doggos.
Yeah.
Got some doggos. Yeah, I think they're really good.
They're just
really good models. Yeah, I like the head takers.
We did for the head takers. Did we do helmets or not?
No helmets. I think you did them without helmets.
Oh, did we do one with helmet, but then the rest without?
If we're looking up here, because we're looking into into my display case where they're sat.
I think we did one with a helmet and the other two without.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, good, really good models. I mean, I really like these. And this is a generic battle leader, so you can build them in lots of different poses,
no named
builds. No, not a name model. It's good, and the wolf, yeah.
I want him. I really.
I mean, I actually think. I mean, we'll talk about this more when we see some of the more. There was some more reveals, by the way. But I think that with the Space Wolves, what we've seen is really good, solid stuff. I mean, what we've got is some. I think this is the best Space Marine faction, personally. I mean, I paint Dark Angels. I was already doing Dark Angels when these got released. I'm mildly jealous. I am painting some of these, but
he's got
I'll talk about them when we get to that. But yeah, these. But I think that they've just done something a bit different with these. I love the aesthetic. I think these are great models. These are absolutely gorgeous. All of them. There's nothing I don't like. Anyway, that was it. We had those reveals from Adepticon. These ones are eventually, I think they were June again, that these came out.
And then...
but anyway...
The final month.
We're into April.
For part one.
Yeah. Anyway...
Do sound effects.
We had April. So in April, we only had the one reveal. What we had was, or at least, there's obviously some bits and pieces, but there was nothing significant enough in April that I was going to include it. We did have some stuff released, I think, that had been announced previously, but we had this. We had some characters.
Is he the chapter master?
I think he is, yeah, but they don't call him that. They call him, what is he? What is Logan Grimnar? He's going to tell us here somewhere.
Probably on the bottom bit.
One of the most lauded warriors in the Imperium.
High King of Ferris.
The High King of Fenris. There we go. So
Fenris.
Logan Grimnar is the High King of Fenris.
I really want to get him.
This model is fantastic. It's such a good model.
I want to get him and paint him before anything else Space Wolves comes out.
Yeah, well, I just think top notch.
I really want him. Next thing I'm buying is most definitely him.
Yeah, so we've got a few characters. So basically, spoilers, we had him, we had Arjak.
Oh, we've got him. Arjak the Rockfist.
Arjak Rockfist, and we had Niall Stormcaller.
I want to get him too.
Who is so he was a thing back in 2nd edition, so I remember him. I don't remember either of these guys, but they have been, at least Logan has been around previously. I'm not sure about Arjak as whether he is a new one. These three characters are great. I just love these models. Just such great models.
I think I want to get the the one on the
Logan
top,
Grimnar.
the one on the bottom, and then him,
Yeah, the old Stormcaller.
I want to get them two painted. I want to get them done. want to finish. I'm out of breath here because I'm just going on so much.
Yeah.
I want to finish all my Space Wolves, like my head takers.
Well, the thing we should say is there's also some Wolfguard Terminators came out. So,
oh yeah, which you got me.
Which I got. Well, yeah, I was about to say because you were about to reveal that we've also got those ready to paint as well, haven't we? So I bought you those for your birthday, and that was about 6 months ago. We never got to them, but. We
finally starting to do them.
We do have these guys again, really good. We went for a slightly different build. We went for because I think there's
build.
We went for a different build.
We went for the shields. Didn't
we went for an axe and shield combo. So yeah. So you got these.
We didn't do the light
shields,
calls, did we?
No, we didn't go with the lightning calls. We did go with this. So we went with the sergeant with the axe thing,
and then we did shots.
Yeah, axes and shields for the models. They look real good. But like I say, all these Space Wars are so good. It's such good models. They've done such a good job.
So
with
once I've done these and my head takers, and then I get those 2 characters painted, from last month, I want to get some of them.
You want to get the Blood Claws or Grey Hunters?
The second one we looked at.
The Grey Hunters. Yeah.
I don't really like the first one other than the beaky helmets. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the choice. I think you get beaky helmets for all of them. I just think, Logan Grimnart, that is a stunning model. It's just such a good model.
Want it so
Unfortunately, I was going to get him, but he wasn't available. Where the place I went to had sold out. He was
the only character that was sold out of. Wasn't
it was. Well, we both bought Arjak, so we both got him. I've almost finished painting now.
He was
actually
tight and wouldn't let me get the priest guy. Stormcaller.
I would have done, but you had to make a choice. You had to make some choices, Matthew, as to what you were getting. I got Niall Stormcaller because my plan is I don't do Space Wars, but I do want these 3 models in my display case. Just a little combo, the 3 of them together. I think that would be a great little set. Anyway, there we go. So that was more Space Wolves. That, like I say.
So definitely miniatures I'm going to be getting because I so badly want Logan Grimnart.
I mean, real good stuff. This is a real strong start to the year, especially for you, Matthew. So for me, so they've looked after me. We had the Pheonix Lords. Looked after you. You had your Krieg, and then Space Wolves are just magnificent. So real strong start to the year we had. So that's it. So that was part 1 of our review of the year of 2025.
Yes.
Anyway, if you tune in a few days or however long it takes me to get edited for the next one. Anyway, there we go. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's your highlight of that first quarter of the year? What was your favourite thing? Oh, it's literally what we've got on screen. Logan Grimnart. Yeah. I'm tempted to agree, to be honest. I think certainly these 3 models.
Even without the walls, he'd still look so good.
Yeah.
Don't even need the walls. The walls are just added on.
It's good stuff, isn't it? It's all good stuff. Yeah, no, I'm tempted to agree.
I'm going to say this, I think he outstands Magnus Calgar model.
Well, we'll talk about that later. I think we'll do it, we're going to end up doing the top 5 of the year.
Was Magnus Calgar's this year?
That was it. Yeah, it was recent.
Was it? I thought it was like ages
ago. People have had months to look up what's been released. I don't think this is meant to be a surprise to them. Anyway, there we go. It was good, wasn't it? That was the first quarter of the year, really strong.
If there's people new to the hobby, we're explaining new things to them, and they might want to know it in the order that it's come out.
Well, pretend you didn't hear about Magnus Calgar and the new model.
Ooh, I bet you'll...
Spoilers and that. Anyway, what are we going to say to the viewers, Matthew?
Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell.
Bye.